Welcome back, guys, to Death Stranding. I hope you're having fun. If so, smash those like and subscribe buttons. And now let's go.
One of a kind.
A baby candidate?
Either that, or...
a sacrifice?
A foundation. A bridge.
Episode 10, Die-Hardman, starts now. By the way, did you notice the connection between Amelie and her daughter, her mother? Which seems to be all sorts of weird. How could Amelie have found... How could have Bridget actually have found the beach of her daughter?
Sam, it's Heartman. Be advised that chiral density in regions predisposed to strandings has increased dramatically. No doubt the beach is to blame. BTs drawn into our world under these circumstances may be affected in unpredictable ways.
Alright, I'm just gonna go back here and see if there's any equipment in my private locker, because I seem to have lost my power skeleton, which I do not appreciate. Alright, so actually we have lost everything. Oh, thankfully we can fabricate stuff again though, so let's do that and then I'll be on my way. Alright, so I fabricated quite a lot of stuff. And also I got the speed skeleton because I thought it would be interesting to try and use this for a change. Alright, now, tactics. We have to go all the way to where we came from, Lake Knot City. I'm obviously not gonna go through the mountains, through the snowy mountains, that is. So we'll try and hug the beach and actually maybe go, oh, I don't know, maybe to the farm? In any case, I also think I saw a bike there. By the way, do you see how fast I'm going? That's the speed skeleton. It eats through battery like hell, though. Alright, let's try going through the beach. Well, not the beach, you know what I mean. The actual beach this time. Man, the first time I played through this game, I was confused as heck. Like, really. I'm hoping I'm not being... I'm hoping I'm explaining things well enough for you guys. I try not to take anything away from the story and tease you a lot of times. But I hope I'm doing a good job of clearing things out, because this is a very, very deep story. And there is something that I have not talked about a lot yet, and that is the meanings that Kojima is trying to pass to us. Like, it's not only about Sam's personal story here, there is something greater that Kojima has also said in his interviews that he wants this game to be about. It is about connecting people. It is about Sam, who doesn't care about anybody, it seems, doesn't care about his country, about his fellow men, yet he becomes the great hero of them all. He connects them once, and then still keeps at it saving them. He has formed a band of friends, which he desperately wants to get back to right now. And also, have you noticed how people can travel to each other's beaches only if they are really connected through some things. Like those connections that form us, those that kipu and things like that, those are memories. That's what Kojima is trying to tell us here. The memories are connecting us, and we should create memories together, not go at things alone. Also, how about the fact that people are leaving stuff behind for me to use? Is that just a gameplay gimmick? Or is Kojima actually trying to tell us that even if you go at a task alone, like we are right now, you can still leave things behind that make it easier for everybody. You can still contribute even if you're a loner. There are so many layers in this game, and that's one of the reasons I really like this one. I probably should have gone up that way, but oh well, doesn't really matter much because I do have one PCC with me, so I can build equipment if I need. Oh wow. Let's try and stay away from the rocks for a while. Alright, let's actually try going over this side. Wow. This is tough to control. Like literally, I swear to you, I'm not steering into these rocks. But the game doesn't allow me to do otherwise. Oh man, I want to find a place to go down, but it's probably not it. Should I try and go down this way? Oh wait, can I go down here? Yes, I can. Nice. All right, let's
Sam, do you copy? I've been looking into Clifford Unger and wanted to share my thoughts. To recap, Unger was a U.S. Special Forces operative whose retirement roughly coincided with the Death Stranding. After he left the service, he somehow became involved in the early BB experiments. However, he died before they ended. Now, while the circumstances surrounding his death are not entirely clear, I'm beginning to suspect that these battlefields of his are at least partially sustained by his enduring emotional attachments. Anger, resentment, regret. I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with the BB experiments. That much seems clear given his repeated attempts to steal Lou. Cliff seems to be driven by a compulsion to reclaim our BB, as if that will make him whole again. A compulsion so powerful that he was not only able to drag himself from the depths of hell, but bring a piece of that hell along with him. One thing's for sure, he's nothing like a BT. We need to know the whole story about his death and his connection to the BB experiments. I'll keep digging and let you know what I find, Sam.
the ending to the Clifford Unger saga and his connection to everybody else is actually one of the most interesting things in this game. It's the one thing that I actually anticipated from the very start of the game, and it's interesting nonetheless. It's one of those curveballs that the game tries to throw at you. Oh, and see, our friends are still there. Let's not get too close to them. Although the beach seems to be the easiest path to take, so you know what? I'm gonna try and stick close to it. Less rocks there. That, however, is not good news. Let's visit this Timefall shelter. Can we even? Oh yeah. This is not gonna be easy. Can I stick away from them? Can I avoid them? Let's see. Because I do not want to ditch my bike yet. Oh, somebody had to ditch his bike here though. Wait a sec, where is the Timefall shelter? Should be right next to me. Yeah, like, can I go there and just wait for time to pass? Let's try that, let's see. Because you can do that in time shelters. You can stay there and wait for the timefall to pass. And indeed, it seems to be the case. The timefall has stopped. So we can keep going at it. Now, how about that bike? Does this have more battery? Yes. So I'm gonna quickly switch out bikes here. Oh, I don't know if the rain has gone far enough though. Uh-oh. Outside the chiral network. I don't know if that's a good idea. This seems very suspicious. Should I try and go up here? But then we're gonna have to contend with the snow. No, I'm not. I'm gonna risk it. Let's see what happens. Remember that Kojima is the master of surprises, jump scares and things like that. So it would not surprise me if he has something in store for us here. Although it seems like we are back in the chiral network. Nice. Okay, so where is the timefall? Interesting. That was a weird one. Alright, let's try and go through the beach here. Flat ground. Should be easier. Oh, and there's a power generator. Nice. Okay, then, so now let's try and make our way. I think this is not safe. There should be BTs there. Not BTs, sorry, mules. So maybe let's go to the Timefall farm and then through the mountains and right on the edge here. That should help us avoid any mules in the area. There's the Timefall farm.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Weapons restrictions with beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
Alright, so now let's find a way up those mountains. Here looks like a decent point. Oh. It's trying us to kill the bike though. A bit too close for comfort. I probably should keep a bit to the left. Yeah, there is a pole there. I'm gonna try and stick away from those poles. That's why I'm taking this weird kind of route here. I'm not crazy. Okay, now though we need to go down somehow. Let's do this very slowly. Okay, come on, bike. Jesus. Alright, we're good. Now, can I cross this? If I remember correctly, this is very shallow, right? Yeah, it's all good. Alright, so we made the first part. Now I could try going this way. No, actually no, I cannot. There's like a huge ass river in the in between us. So let's take this way up to the weather station, or maybe we can even go down here. We'll see. I think it's safest if I go to the weather station and back this way. That's the route we already know.
Sam, you're not going to believe what I found. It's about the BB experiments, their true purpose. According to official records, they were continued in secret on the order of President Strand, supposedly with the primary objective of developing BT detectors and preventing void-outs. Any advancements that could be applied to the fields of chiral communications and beach research were meant to be of purely secondary benefit. But it turns out, that's just a cover story. The truth is, Sam, BBs were originally conceived as catalysts for the operation of the chiral network. They're integrated into the infrastructure of not cities for that very reason. Every single one you've brought into the fold. It was probably Amelie herself who installed them as she moved west with the first expedition, carrying out her mother's grand plan, making sacrifice after sacrifice on the altar of progress. President Strand told the people what they wanted to hear and did what she thought had to be done. Also, America could be whole again. But I'm starting to wonder if it didn't cost her her soul. The chiral network is our greatest creation, our proudest achievement, and our guiltiest sin. I don't know how to feel about it all. Maybe if we knew more about Cliff and the BB experiments, we'd be better placed to judge. I'll be in touch.
Well, rest assured, there is a reason why Bridget, Strand, and why Amelie did what they did. And actually they are still doing it. I'm not gonna say a word about it more though, because that is the main story of the game. That's the most important part of it, and I would not want to spoil this for you guys. Oh, so we did find an alternate route here, it seems. Interesting. Sure, let's take that one. So we reached the weather station. Let's go recharge the spike, and then we'll keep moving on. And done. All right, so now, I don't know how far I'm gonna take this spike though, because this is very rocky terrain. Hopefully the community has built some things that might help me. Where was that bridge that I saw? Oh man, come on, bike. Jesus. All right, actually, you know what? Let's see if we can pass the time until the rain stops. So this rain does not seem to be stopping, and waited quite a few minutes, about an hour. And if you see the weather forecast, it seems to kind of be a permanent sort of rain. So in any case, I'm gonna grab my bike. And let's try and go for this piece of road here. That should take us all the way back. Provided we can make it here. Because who knows what might happen in this little stretch of road. Do I know something you guys don't? Oh, come on, Jesus. Oh, actually, how do I even get this spike across? Let's see, can I find crossing point? I probably have to go all the way back here. Yeah, let's try going back somewhat. Yeah, somehow made it. Alright, any case, now let's try going straight, I guess. wonder if the same thing is going to happen in this playthrough as in my last one. Sam even says, I wonder if anyone's watching. Okay, wait, where's the road? So close, and yet so far. Jesus, come on. Wow, we are right on it, but I think this is a very steep hill here. Yeah, I don't know. Let me get down from the bike and see what's happening here. The road goes over there. So let's see. Let's see if I can make it over there. Still not ideal. Is there any point? Yeah, I'll have to go all the way here. I don't know if that's viable. Should I try and do that? You know what? I do have a speed skeleton. So I could just leave the bike. Okay, I'm gonna try to take this with me. It's probably gonna break. I'm gonna try it anyway. You never know. We might get too lucky. Wow. What do you know? We actually did get lucky. Oh, now, man, I have to find a way up there. Actually, first let's go to this Timefall shelter. Maybe this will fix my bike somewhat. Nice. Alright, now it's just a matter of following the road all the way back. Man, the game has not thrown a surprise my way, which is interesting. I did not expect that. During my first playthrough, I had a massive surprise. If it doesn't happen until the end of the road, I'm gonna tell you guys what that was, but just in case it still happens, I'm gonna keep it a secret for a little while longer. This bike is weirdly less agile than I remember. It doesn't turn at all. It turns very little, actually. It's like it's glued to the road. Wow, could I actually make it all the way back without any incidents? During my normal playthrough, this was one of the toughest things to do, going back. I had to ditch the bike, go on foot, do some things that happened, get on back with the bike, and then go all the way back while mules were also attacking me on these roads. So suffice to say, it was pretty interesting times. It is interesting that the mules are still scanning me and going after me even though we are in the rain. I mean, at the very start of the game, we learned that mules avoid the rain, so it's kind of weird that they would venture inside of it right now. I think my bike is almost broken. That's probably why it doesn't work that well.
Hey Sam, I see you're coming up on Lake Knot. Stay strong. We're all rooting for you to finish the job and come home safe. By the way, I've made more progress in a certain investigation. It seems that Clifford Unger willingly put his own child in the care of the scientists conducting the BB experiments. But he did so completely unaware of their true intentions. This is pure speculation, but I think when Cliff found out about their plans, he attempted to reclaim custody. And after he failed, the BB remained in the program's care. In which case, he would have every reason to bear a grudge towards the president, the woman who allowed it all to happen, don't you think? But just because President Strand is dead, doesn't mean his hate died with her. No, I think he redirected it towards Bridges, towards you and Amelie and anyone close to the director. And now that hate is driving him to set in motion the last Stranding, to bring an end to the world as we know it. Why else would Cliff hold Amelie hostage on the beach? He must know that she's an EE. There's no time to lose. You have to save her and the director. Though I still don't understand how he managed to travel to her beach in the first place. There must be more to their relationship. I'll see what I can find.
Very interesting. So, I'll tell you this. Deadman got most of the things right. He, in fact, got almost all of the things right. He did get one thing very wrong, though.
Keep on keeping on.
Oh, Jesus, I hope they cannot reach me here. Like, if an electrified pole hits me right now...
Got a
Jesus.
moment, Sam? It's about the director. So there's no way he could have made the jump to Amelie's beach if they didn't share a strong personal connection, right? Well, I looked, and I couldn't see one. The network should have contained something, anything, but there was nothing whatsoever. His entire life prior to his tenure with Bridges has been redacted. His name, his past, everything. There's no telling who he was. Which led me to consider another possibility. What if it isn't the director and Amelie who have a connection, but the director and Clifford Unger? And what if that connection is what facilitated the director's jump to Amelie's beach? If it's those two who have a personal history, then it might explain why Cliff is holding the director hostage as well. But even if that were the case, it doesn't answer the bigger question. How the hell did the two of them end up on Amelie's beach?
Sam, Heartman here. There's something else I'd like you to consider. A guess, albeit an educated one, concerning Cliff's objective. Somehow, with the aid of the chiral network, our individual beaches have begun to coalesce, resulting in the formation of a single massive seam. Should this process continue, there is a risk that BTs will flood across into our world, bringing about a death stranding on a heretofore unprecedented scale. Now, Clifford Unger's battlefields and my own beach appear to be unaffected by this phenomenon, existing entirely in isolation. They do not and have never intersected with others. But what if there were another class of beach, one that exists on a higher plane, that was responsible for setting this process in motion? And what if the beach in question were none other than Amelie's? Cliff may have summoned the director, but I believe his true aim was to seize control of Amelie's beach, to exploit its power over every other beach, and trigger the last stranding. It's the only rational explanation for Cliff's actions, which is why you have to stop him.
If Heartman's right, then we're in serious trouble. Using the chiral network in Amelie's beach to trigger the last stranding? That's why Higgs went after Amelie, wasn't it? If it was Cliff who put him up to it. Yeah, it all fits. With the last stranding, he'll finally have his revenge against the world that stole his life and his child. You've got to stop him, Sam. You've got to make the jump to Amelie's beach as soon as possible. Get in and get her back. It's our only hope. If you can't, then we're all doomed.
And that's the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys for watching, liking and subscribing. It really helps small channels such as mine a lot. Take care everybody, and remember to come back for the next episode.